Good morning. This is the prelude for Beers of the Beano for Saturday the 7th of June 2025. It is also the prelude for MB05, which starts tomorrow, and I'm on leave all next week. And it's also the prelude for Worldwide Developers Conference from Apple, 6 o'clock in the night on Monday. Anyway, let's get down to the facts and the beers. Malcolm Uphill, Caerphilly. Here's my first, 149, a 50p off camera voucher has been deployed. Smells caramel malty. Tastes, it's like fruity and malty, a little bit bittersweet to be perfectly honest. And then you get a bitter, earthy finish. It's really quite pleasant. Did I say who it's from? Can't even remember that. Copper Cascade, Stewart Brewing. I think it's from Edinburgh. They've got an indie brewer badge on the pump clip. Reviews I've seen said it's a bit variable. I don't know if it's fresh on, but it is. It tastes rather good. I wouldn't say it's exceptional, but copper, dark copper, to be perfectly honest. So the plan was just to have a half day here because of the weather and all that sort of thing, and then go home and pack for tomorrow and get ready and all that sort of stuff. But I got up really early. And then I had a high-speed packing alert thing, and I packed. Well, almost all packed. So, Gloucester, I'm going to. Gloucester Quays. And there'll be the Pelican. There's a new craft beer bar there, which I need to go to. The Turk's Head micropub. The Lord High Constable of England and the Regal. And the Hop Bucket, Hop something, I can't remember. That's there as well, and I'm going to get a discount on Five Guys burgers. This is the sort of thing that you need when you're beanoing. A little bit of money saving, some fine ales, and the inability to remember the name of the places that you are going to. Although that could just be old age, which in my case, I'm thinking possibly is the case. Anyway, I'm listening to the Daily Tech News Show, the live version, and they're having a quiz. Beanie Babies have been mentioned. Anyway, completely off the subject, and the SD card isn't slowing down on this attempt, so I'll see you on the next beer. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Every so often, I do a live tasting. Before I do the usual, let's post it onto Mastodon review and such like. So, fresh pint in. Let's have a look. So this is Shingle Beach by Salcombe Brewery. 4.2% alcohol by volume. And I'm going to say it's not naturally hazy. It possibly hasn't sat for long enough. However, it's clear near the bottom, so it's going to be fresh. So, I must stop saying so. The rain has stopped, and apparently the weather forecast, the yellow thunderstorm warning has been taken down. Right, okay, back to the beer. Starts off as maybe a little thin, and then malty, and then a little bittersweet fruity, and it slowly works its way into a long bitter finish. Let's have another go. Yeah, it is nicely bitter. and it keeps on going. It's the sort of bitterness, and then it comes back, and it just hangs around. I like this. Okay, not the greatest of beer, but I do like the bitterness. My hand is waggling all over the place. Yeah, I'm going to go B plus and a bit. 3.3 out of 5. And not bad. And could do a lot worse. Anyway, WhatsApp is going crazy at the moment about people in their gym jams. I think the next pint will have a burger with it as well. Maybe a 6-ouncer, who knows? Okay, so this is the finish for the Malcolm Uphill today. And the classic burger. Classic burger is now 6 ounces, not 3 ounces. Yeah, adequate. Chips, adequate. The pint. I can't remember. Oh, no, not again. Bear with me, cola. It's Oak Males. White Dwarf. 4.3% alcohol by volume. Refreshing, light, citrusy, hoppy. B plus and a bit. Double the size burger. And some tomatoes. It's not curry, but I'm doing my best. I have a feeling there will be a curry this week though, because you need a curry for a classic Beano. Anyway, next stop, the project. So, I did so again. I'm back in the project. I wasn't going to come here, but I'm sort of packed. Well, I hope I'm packed. I have tons of batteries, lots of cables, and I've discovered this morning I've lost a set of earbuds. Now, whether at home or I left them in work or whatever, I don't know. However, I have backups of everything. So, I've done so again. Right, okay. We need to get on with the beer. There's dystopia and utopia. I have the utopia. 6.5% alcohol by volume. The dystopia is also the same, so that will be my next one. Okay, so yeah, Merck. It sort of has that sweet, fruity, a little bit like jam aroma. It's not jam, but it looks good. And it's kept this head for a while because I've been faffing around for quite some time. And they now have untapped. So the screen is an untapped board. So I need to fill up the bottom row. If anyone from Mr. Blytheman's land is watching, you need to get on Untapped and you need to find pubs that have Untapped and you need to fill up the bottom row, because that is the sign of a quality Beanoer. Plus the fact that Wetherspoon's burgers are now twice as big as they used to be, which I think is the way forward. Although I didn't have a curry, but I might have a curry. So, Utopia. Dark Elements Brew Co. Brewed just over by there. As I said, sort of fruity aroma. Wow. Really punches above its weight. It tastes a lot more alcoholic than it is, but it's strong. it's full-bodied. I'm getting pine, maybe stone fruits, and it's already got a fruity bitter finish, and I've just had a sip. It's quite viscous, actually. I could just sit back and drink that all afternoon. And I've just moved on to Windows Weekly. So will we get an update on 25H2? I need to go home and I need to update my Windows laptop. It's a Dell. It is getting old, and I thought maybe this year update it and get a 64 version, a Snapdragon processor. But I think I'm going to wait a year because they're not up to quite the level of the M series from Apple, which I need to update any. Tech and beer is a continuous process of updating and trying new things and finding out what works. I could just sit here all afternoon and then fall off this chair. And this is going to be a very long video. I'm up to 4 minutes on this already, but I don't really care because I'm enjoying myself. I've got other things to talk about, but possibly in the next video. Did I say B++? Definite B++. So, the next one will be dystopia. I need to start pasting these up to the internet now. Hi. Oop. Yeah, I was going to say so, and I caught myself. Let's start without using that word. I've had the utopia. This is the dystopia. Also 6.5% alcohol by volume. Also from Dark Element Brew Co. Also from just over by there. So, failed. It looks the same. Murky, hazy. Slightly less of a head. The head's gone down. Less aroma. Just hints of beeriness, maybe. Slightly fruity, actually. So straight away, you get hoppiness. I got pineapple. I got stone fruits. I got pine. There's Simcoe in here. And there's bitterness. So this just edges ahead of the utopia. So it's B++ and a touch. So that's 3.6. I'm a hard marker, so I add one on for real life scores. And I'm not going to be able to do 4 across the bottom. I'm looking over the TV screen and someone else has come in and they've been on the utopia. So, thoughts for the day. Spoons. They've got rid of all the stuff that gets sent back. If you're on Reddit, you'll know, if you're on the Weatherspoons subreddit, that the steaks were the things that were sent back the most often. And they don't argue, they'll just refund or whatever. But that's expensive. And they don't need to keep the grill on all day. So there's that cost sort of saving there straight away. And I noticed today, they have more fruit machines in. Bandits and that sort of thing. Although they don't have the sound on, there's a lot more of them. So they are all out to make up for, I would imagine, NI increases and such like. We are in a bit of a pickle at the moment economically. And this is actually, I'm not going to say it, but this was supposed to be 2/3. It was more than 2/3. I'm going to blame the tap. So the plan is that I need to get back and I need to get this video up. And then I'm thinking, well, if I leave about 6 o'clock, I'll get there about, and there being Gloucester Quays, 7:15, 7:20. I need to check the car in, record a video like this, trying to keep people awake. Yeah, then I can wander over to the Lord High Constable of England. That opens at 8. I think, yeah, actually I could leave about 6:15. Yeah. Everything's coming together. Actually, I know that the weather forecast, they haven't rescinded the thunderstorm warning, and we have had heavy rain, but not as much as I was expecting. Anyway, joined the Mark Ellis Discord server, had an email from them. There's a lady on there who asked me what sort of kit I used. Forgot to mention the Dell 13-inch XPS. Probably because the camera has, well, the left-hand side of it looks like it's seen better days. I am really looking for... WWDC won't have much in the way of hardware. It might have new AirTags and new AirPods and stuff like that, but I want to know about the M5 stuff, because tech. Anyway, back onto the beer. Yeah, Mr. Blytheman's watching. You might want to start in Newport and work your way up to Caerphilly. The 50 bus is about half an hour. Or on the train, going to Cardiff, print or two in Cardiff, come up to Caerphilly. Open Wednesday to Sunday. I have a feeling that when I get back on Wednesday, I might be coming back here in the afternoon, because I really need fine ales. Anyway, that's me babbling on. Dystopia, it's the winner. There could be some Vault City next. I don't want to say this is Tale of the Beers, but I had a look in the fridge and I thought, ooh, time for a Vault City. After all, it is Saturday sour time. And there are two in there. One at 13% and the other at 15% alcohol by volume. And I thought, I'm going to collapse in a heap. So, this. Verdant and Beak. At a much more sensible 6.5% alcohol by volume. And it is a Merc juice bomb. Fruity, slightly peppery, hoppy and bitter and fruity. I don't want to say tropical because it isn't, but it's got that sort of hints of. There's a dryness about it, stone fruit, and a bitter, fruity and bitter finish. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I'd recommend it. I've always liked Verdant and Beak. Beak have always been out there and different with the beers. It's really good. Anyway, went down to get this, and there's a tiny little dog in it. It just keeps barking at me. I think I've always had an affinity with cats, and cats have always liked me. So maybe I have a cat-like aroma. smell, although I try to keep clean, obviously. And then dogs don't like that. Could that be the case? Who knows? I miss having a cat, to be honest. I think cats are heavy metal because they just do what they want to do. Oh God, I'm sort of babbling on about nothing in particular at the moment. And playing around with this, which you put back in the can because Caerphilly Recycling fines up to 70 quid because you're not doing what they tell you to do, but in fact they're working for you. Oh, political, you know. Anyway, I've completely failed in my task to get myself all along the bottom of the untapped screen. We've just got one. I'm not drinking fast enough, but I don't really care. Because fine ales, you take your time, you enjoy yourself. And I am. And we've had no thunderstorms, despite the fact they are forecast. So, there'll be this one, and then one more, and then I will wander off and try and get this video up. And tomorrow I will go to Gloucester Keys, which I'm looking forward to, because I'm going to indulge myself completely, which is what a Beano is all about, obviously. See you later.